PD&E study for the intersection of US 41, State Road 45, and State Road 54 in Pasco County, Florida. US 41 is a major north-south arterial that provides access to Tampa, Lutz, Land O'Lakes, and Brooksville. State Road 54 is a major east-west arterial that connects US 19 near Newport Richey to the west and US 301 in Zephyr Hills to the east. The focus of this study is to evaluate alternative capacity and operational improvements to meet existing and projected traffic demand in Pasco County. As many as 99,000 vehicles per day currently travel through this intersection, and it is important to consider how this corridor will continue to serve this region in the future. This public hearing is being conducted in accordance with all federal, state, and local requirements. These regulations are listed on a citations board near the sign-in table. Draft study reports are available for review at this hearing and have been on public display at the Land O'Lakes Library and Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT, District 7 office. The display period began on November 19th and will continue through December 21st, 2015. This PD&E study process includes a comprehensive evaluation of the proposed improvements shown in the engineering concepts on display. Those concepts are evaluated for economic impacts as well as effects on the socio-cultural and natural environments in the area. The need for intersection improvements is based on several factors. By the year 2040, traffic using the intersection is expected to increase from the current 99,000 vehicles per day to an estimated 208,000 vehicles per day. US 41 and State Road 54 are both designated emergency evacuation routes. The US 41 State Road 54 intersection's crash rate is higher than the statewide average. Both US 41 and State Road 54 are part of the regional roadway network identified by the West Central Florida MPO's Chairs Coordinating Committee, and US 41 and State Road 54 are designated as regional freight mobility corridors and provide access to regional intermodal facilities, including Tampa International Airport, Port Tampa Bay, and Port Manatee. The proposed project is included in the Pasco County Metropolitan Planning Organization, MPO, 2040 Cost Affordable Long-Range Transportation Plan, LRTP, as a grade-separated intersection. Over the past several months, FDOT has been preparing detailed engineering and environmental evaluations and coordinating with stakeholders to identify recommended alternatives for the PD&E study. The purpose of this public hearing is to present the recommended build alternatives and receive your comments for the official study record. To help us determine the best improvement options, we first had to examine the current roadway condition. At the intersection of US 41 and State Road 54, US 41 currently provides 3 through lanes, 2 left turn lanes, and 1 right turn lane in each direction. A CSX rail line is located on the west side of US 41. In this same area, State Road 54 currently provides 3 through lanes, 2 left turn lanes, and 1 right turn lane in each direction. The study is considering 2 recommended build alternatives for the improvements at US 41 and State Road 54, alternatives 3A and 3C. Both recommended alternatives are grade-separated interchanges, with State Road 54 elevated over US 41. Both alternatives require additional right-of-way. Each recommended alternative was evaluated to operate with and without tolled through lanes crossing over US 41. If the toll option is selected, drivers would have the option to use the elevated lanes by paying a toll or travel through the intersection at grade without paying a toll. This option applies to both alternatives. Alternative 3A will construct a new interchange, which will include 3 left turn lanes in each direction and 2 or 3 right turn lanes in each direction. Alternative 3A will provide 4 through lanes on US 41 in each direction, 2 through lanes at grade, and 2 elevated through lanes in each direction on State Road 54. Additional right-of-way will be required to construct these improvements. The recommended build alternative 3A is estimated to cost $159.9 million. Alternative 3C is similar to alternative 3A and will include 2 through lanes at grade and 2 elevated through lanes on State Road 54 in each direction. This alternative proposes no additional lanes for US 41 and will maintain the same turn lanes at the intersection as currently provided. Additional right-of-way will be required, but construction of Alternative 3C will require less right-of-way than for Alternative 3A. The recommended build Alternative 3C is estimated to cost $179.6 million. Both alternatives 3A and 3C provide a new traffic signal for the northbound traffic on US 41 at the intersection of US 41 and State Road 597 Dale Mabry Highway. A traffic signal will allow the northbound Dale Mabry Highway traffic to weave across US 41 to provide access to the right turn lanes to eastbound State Road 54. There are advantages and disadvantages associated with constructing either of the recommended build alternatives. Advantages for both alternatives will reduce intersection delay, offer improved safety, increase emergency evacuation capacity, and are consistent with the Pasco County MPO's 2040 Long-Range Transportation Plan. Disadvantages associated with constructing either of the recommended build alternatives include costs associated with design, acquisition of right-of-way, and construction, temporary traffic disruption during construction, minimal environmental effects. Alternative 3A is the least expensive build alternative, but requires more right-of-way and more business and residential impacts. Alternative 3C has higher construction costs, but less impacts to businesses and no residential impacts. In addition to the recommended build alternatives, the no-build or do-nothing alternative is considered a viable alternative and will remain so for the duration of this study. Under the no-build alternative, no improvements would be made to the US 41 State Road 54 interchange, and only routine maintenance and preservation efforts would occur along the corridor. Advantages of the no-build alternative include no design, construction, and/or right-of-way costs, no adverse effects on natural resources, and no inconvenience to the motoring public for construction. Disadvantages of the no-build alternative include increased travel delays due to an increase in traffic volumes, reduced emergency evacuation capacity, and it is not consistent with Pasco County MPO's Long-Range Transportation Plan. A detailed alternatives comparison matrix is on display this evening, as well as in tonight's handout. This public hearing is an opportunity for you to ask questions and offer comments on this study. Project representatives are available to provide more detailed information and to address your questions. There are several ways to comment as part of the public hearing record. All comments received will be reviewed and considered in the study analysis, regardless of how they are submitted. You may make a statement during the formal portion of tonight's hearing, speak directly with the court reporter during the informal portion of this hearing, complete the comment form provided in your brochure and drop it in one of the comment boxes today, or complete the comment form later and mail it to the pre-printed address on the back of the form. You may also visit the project website and electronically submit your comments there. All comments must be received or postmarked by December 21st, 2015, so they can become part of the PD&E study public hearing record. Following the hearing, the project team will review all public input. They will document the preferred alternative, finalize the study documents, and complete the PD&E study. In the next few months, the final documents will be submitted to the Federal Highway Administration for review and acceptance. We expect the PD&E study to be completed in the spring of 2016. Currently, funding for design of these improvements is programmed in the FDOT's 5-year work program. There are no funds programmed for the acquisition of right-of-way or construction of the proposed improvements in the current 5-year work program. However, addition of these phases will be considered for future updates. The department thanks you for your participation at this public hearing and for your interest in this important regional transportation project. Remember to be alert today, alive tomorrow. Safety doesn't happen by accident.